Today we have another young adult novel adapted for the big screen. This time around we have Everything, Everything. Now, I never read the book that it's based on, so I can't really compare and contrast if it's how similar or different it is to the book. But I did look up and see that it came out in like 2015, which is kind of a rush for a movie adaptation. But Hollywood's Hollywood. They don't have any ideas. The story is about this girl named Maddie who suffers from an immunodeficiency, which pretty much causes her to be allergic to everything. So she has to always stay inside, otherwise she'd catch something outside and die. But she starts having this budding romance with this boy that moved in next door named Ollie. And they kind of have a budding romance, even though they're not really supposed to interact physically at all, in case she gets sick. But slowly over time, they do interact, and she kind of tests fate by going outside every now and then, and, obviously, sometimes that doesn't work out. Personally, these kind of like young adult romance films really aren't my thing. I mean, they're not geared towards me anyway. I'm not the target demographic. So I tried to have like an open mind going in, and I ended up liking some aspects of the movie. Going in, I kind of figured the movie would get kind of boring after a while, since, she's supposed to be in this house the whole time, so like how interesting could the movie really be? But surprisingly, it did get interesting in parts. It was cool how they used the different dioramas she builds as set pieces, and like she has conversations with people in the diorama settings, since she's like imagining it in her head and with the different characters. It was just a really cool and creative way to break up the monotony, since she's supposed to never go outside. On the subject of conversations and all that, I do have to say a lot of the dialogue in this movie could definitely be considered cheesy. It's a romantic young adult kind of thing, but even for like normal teenage standards, it's kind of cheesy. Even though it's kind of cheesy, they do have really good chemistry together. I have to give them that. I could definitely see both of them going on to being bigger stars in their own right. Especially Amandla Stenberg, who I didn't realize until I looked after the movie was actually Rue in the Hunger Games all those years ago. So it's cool that she went from a supporting role in one young adult series to a lead in another, and on her way to big stardom. I know it's a movie, so you kind of have to get used to things being not realistic, but there was a lot of unrealistic things in this movie that just kind of bothered me. Like how Maddie gets approved for a credit card, even though she has no credit due to the fact that she's never been outside. And even still, she has like a really high limit on her credit card that she just got. So she's buying stuff throughout the movie, different clothes and plane tickets to Hawaii and all this other stuff. So it's like, how does that make sense to me? Even just the house that they live in is pretty unrealistic, with their like sliding glass doors and decontamination units everywhere, and their like sterilizers, and like I get that her mother's a doctor and all, but even like the best doctors, I don't think they would be able to afford a ridiculous place like this. It also seemed like they kind of rushed through the whole romance part, like Titanic style, since she's basically like ready to die to hang out with this kid that she's known for like maybe a couple months at most. I get the whole love at first sight thing, but has there never been like a guy that lived next door in that house that's ever tried to like flirt with her while she's been in that house for like 18 years? Just saying. Anyways, overall, I'd give the movie Everything, Everything a C. These kind of young adult movie adaptations aren't really my thing, but this is one of the ones I did like, even despite its flaws. So I would definitely recommend checking it out when it comes out. Just don't try to like overthink it and just kind of like accept it for what it is, and I'm sure you'll have a better experience watching it than I did. But anyway, thank you for checking out my review of Everything, Everything. Feel free to leave a like, subscribe, comment, all that jazz. But until next time, I'll see you guys later.